Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we're getting back to the Extraordinary Attorney Woo. This is season 1, episode 11. That last episode was something, so I'm excited to get back to the series and see where we go from here.
She's extraordinary. She's an attorney. She's Woo Young Woo, said forwards and backwards. And I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to see what the next case presents itself.
Yeah, we've had a heavy few episodes as far as subject matter. We've kind of gone back and forth between levity and some pretty serious stuff. So I'm excited to see what this one brings.
All right, without further ado, then let's go.
This looks like an illegal operation to me.
It's like the crowd the answer runs with when he's dealing cards.
Nah, it's all legit.
네 번째 행운의 숫자 38번.
They betting on bingo?
다섯 번째 숫자 9번. 9번입니다.
오 있어 9번 지금까지 껐는데 어떻게 하나가 안 맞아 그래. 아유 수입 돼지인가.
Dreams can be weird.
Yes, they can.
네, 여섯 번째 행운의 숫자는 이제 곧 마지막 추첨번이 결정됩니다.
Oh, good, I'm hovering.
네, 번호들이 다 정해졌습니다. 또 당첨 번호 정리해드리겠습니다.
He's just stunned.
26번입니다.
Oh.
보너스볼 당첨 번호. 네, 저희는 다음 주에
I'm putting that ticket in my pocket. Oh, sorry, nothing happened here. Just sneak away.
Oh, rats! I lost.
What happened to Mason Quinn? I haven't seen him in years.
He hasn't been saying somebody call a doctor lately.
키스할 때 원래 이렇게 서로 이빨이 부딪힙니까?
더 벌려주시면 좋을 것 같아요. 눈도 좀 더 감아주시면 좋을 것 같아요.
Oh, it's a big night.
Reliving it.
It was the big night.
왜 여기 계세요?
이준호 씨를 보고 싶어서 기다렸습니다.
부르시지. 저 못 보고 지나칠 뻔했잖아요.
이준호 씨를 보려고 기다렸는데 사무실 창문 너머로 이준호 씨 자리가 오늘은 평소 출근 시간보다 12분이나 늦었는데도
Got your schedule.
지금 17층 회의실로 오세요. 새 사건 의뢰인 미팅입니다.
가보셔야 돼요?
네.
그럼 우린 점심 때 볼까요?
네?
고민 같은 거 없나 해서.
고민은 있지만 말씀드리기 어렵습니다. 개인적인 문제라서요.
Not her arch nemesis, anonymous blogger.
개인적인 문제라니? 뭔데 그래요? 한바다 소속 변호사의 고민은 곧 한바다 전체의 고민이에요. 나의 고민이기도 하고.
키스할 때 서로 앞니가 부딪혀 키스를 하면서도 동시에 숨을 쉴 수 있는 방법은 없는지 그것이 고민입니다.
I thought it was about the law firm.
그것이 고민이구나.
Oh.
1층으로 올라가십니다.
좋습니다.
내려줘요.
Will we get,
회사가 좀
say, will we get an answer to that?
내가 안 괜찮다 내가.
Her face.
좋다.
Broken heel.
이제 내려줘요.
바닥이 차가워.
The floor is too cold. How would you know? You're wearing shoes.
우리 집사람인데 오는 길에 구두굽 삐똑하고 부러졌어요. 아, 예, 이쪽으로 앉으십시오. 감사합니다. 아저씨.
Oh, I thought you were going to share a chair.
남편이랍시고 참 집사람 구두 하나도 못 사주고 이렇게 고생만 시키네요.
아내분 위하시는 모습이 멋지십니다. 두 분 한 쌍의 원앙 같습니다.
She's like, you can talk about ducks and I can't talk about whales.
잘 해야죠.
하지만 실제 원앙은 부부 음식이 좋지 않습니다.
Actual.
둥지를 짓지만 번식기가 끝나면 다른 암컷을 찾아 결국 암컷 원앙은 혼자서 새끼를 키워야 합니다.
Unlike whales.
Did you just actually
저랑 아는
me?
사람 둘 이렇게 셋이서 돈을 모아서 로또를 샀습니다. 누구라도 당첨이 되면 당첨금은 공평하게 나누기로 약속을 하고
Oh.
진짜로 우리 중에 한 명이 1등에 당첨된 겁니다. 그 1등 당첨된 그 새끼가 갑자기 잠수를 타는 겁니다. 그래서 그놈 집까지 찾아갔죠. 근데 한다는 말이 자기가 언제 그런 약속을 했냐는 겁니다.
Yeah, you gotta prove it.
당첨금을 나누기로 한 약속은 세 분이 말로 하신 겁니까?
Yeah.
그 약속한 바를 서면으로 작성했다거나 뭐
Oh.
아니요, 뭐 그런 건 없이 말로만 했습니다.
Oh.
Your word against theirs.
신랑이랑 같이 도박하는 사람들이에요.
도박이요?
도박이요?
그 로또도 판돈으로 산 거고요.
그러니까 그 불법 도박장을 말씀하신 거죠?
Yeah.
Yep.
So about that.
아시다시피 도박은 약속 자체를 무효로 볼 가능성도 있습니다.
아니 그런 법이 어디 있습니까?
Well,
제가 사회 질서에 반하는 불법 행위이기 때문에 도박 빚을 갚기로 한 약속을 보호해주지 않는 겁니다.
그 로또 당첨금 62억이 넘습니다.
Oh.
3등분 한다고 치면은 제 몫을 14억이에요. 그럼 한 개 수임하시면 28억이 넘는 소송입니다. 제가 지금 당장 돈을 드릴 수 없지만 재판에서 이기기만 하면
you have to win first.
성부보스
그거 제가 넉넉히 챙겨드릴 수 있습니다.
수임료 때문이라기보다는 말씀드렸듯이
Yeah.
저희가 보기에 이 사건은
They've got a reputation.
하지
to
않을
uphold.
가능성이 있다는 말씀을 드리는 겁니다.
Yeah, we
그러면
can't
그 로또
go around
판돈으로
if
산
it's
게
not
아니라고
even
하면 되지 않습니까?
legal.
네?
저랑 다른 친구랑 입을 맞춰서
거짓말을 하겠다는 말씀입니까?
Yeah.
안 됩니다.
I think you're going to want to see some other attorneys. I don't think this is going to work.
동업자한테 사기를 당해가지고 가진 돈을 다 잃었어요. 그거 만회하려다가 도박에까지 손을 댄 거고.
하지만 아까도 말씀드렸듯이
저하고 관계가 있으시잖아요. 저희 셋째 이모의 친구의
Twice removed.
친구의 조카시라는 말씀 들었습니다.
애들 나이가 벌써 13살, 11살인데 제대로 된 집 한 칸이 없어서 떠돌면서 좀 제발 좀 우리 가족 좀 제발 도와주세요.
I'm sure it would, but how do you prove somebody said something?
You hire attorney Woo Young Woo.
It's just like, no, I never said it.
Never happened, dude.
Didn't happen.
You realize anybody could win a lottery. Hey, we agreed on this.
Yeah.
저 수현 씨는 잘 있죠?
네?
아, 털보사장 싫다고 도망간 여자를 왜 찾아요?
Ghosted you.
최수연이 도망쳤습니까?
선녀한테 못 들었냐? 소개팅 얘기?
Angel.
진정한 선녀네. 털보의 만행을 까발리지도 않고.
만행?
응, 만나자마자 김민식이 다람쥐 이랬대. 아유, 미치는 거야 아주.
Dad jokes.
지 혼자 신나서 막 했더라고.
평소에는 진짜 잘 안 그러는데
Got nervous.
그날따라 뭐
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
아재들이나 할 농담?
털보 뭐라 그랬댔지?
뭐
Well, it's hard to say.
먹은 지 얼마나 오랜지
또
고르고 골라 고르고 졸라
또
바나나 먹으면 나한테 바나나
I like how he's still laughing about him though.
It's still funny.
Do you find bananas appealing?
재밌습니다.
헐 진심?
그래요?
음식 농담을 한 게 문제였네. 선녀는 변호사잖아. 그러니까 변호사한테는 변호사 농담을 했다.
Attorney joke.
김밥과 참기름이 싸우다가 김밥이 경찰에 잡혀갔어. 왠 줄 알아?
몰라.
참기름이 고소해서. 고소?
아! 고소! 동건 씨.
수현 씨, 잠깐 좀 나올래요? 지금 수현 씨 회사 앞이에요.
금방 나갈게요.
I'm not sure what
Some
the.
kind of moisturizer. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
오른손에 하나, 왼손에 하나 있어요. 뭐부터 볼래요?
왼손?
몸에 좋아 칵테일이 아니 수현 씨 감기 걸릴 것 같다 그래서 원래 그냥 좀 꿀물을 타오려다가 레몬, 유자, 라임, 민트.
It's very thoughtful.
Very.
Very thoughtful.
라임, 민트, 계피, 강황, 꿀물이요?
What's in
맛은
your
어때요?
right hand?
맛은 진짜 별로예요.
Oh, at least he's
That's how you know it works.
예,
Yeah, it's
저도 잘
medicine.
마실게요.
But bad medicine tastes delicious.
Yeah, it's true.
정확한 꽃 이름은 잘 모르겠어요. 뭐 메리골드라고도 하고 북극이나 금잔화라고도 하는데 그냥 꽃말이 좋아서 샀어요.
꽃말이 뭔데요?
반드시 오고야 말.
This guy's not that smooth. I think the dad jokes are better.
Well, I mean,
Oh, hey, watchdog. Hey, watchdog.
He does a great job as he's sitting there on his phone.
Yep.
Yeah, something might happen. I don't know.
Here's our gambling hall.
Somebody's gonna sneak by him and then brought a lawyer with me.
누구야?
변호사야. 내가 지금 로또 소송 중이지 않냐. 저 재떨이 있어?
Do you have some tape?
Ashtray.
하실 분이 저분입니까?
아 아니요. 저 여자는 커피장이고 증언할 애는 재떨이.
Ashtray and coffee.
I'm pretty sure that's not their legal name.
사람을 커피장 그리고 뭐 이것저것 사소한 잔심부름하는 애를 재떨이.
So we don't use real
아 저기 오네요
names.
재떨이. 여기.
He's probably like, yeah, what are we doing here?
저기 너 로또 심부름했던 날 기억나?
Oh, a third person went out and bought him.
네, 그날 당첨됐잖아요. 1등.
우리가 그 당첨금을 어떻게 나누기로?
아, 예. 그 셋 중에 하나라도 당첨되면 무조건 엠빵이다 이렇게 말하는 거.
Okay. Well, we heard it.
방금 말씀하신 내용을 법정에서 증언해 주실 수 있습니까?
법정에서
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Where
that's the
were
thing.
you when you heard this?
Exactly.
Yep.
저 그런 거 안 해봐가지고 여기 일도 바쁘고 저.
Yeah,
아니 잠깐만. 야, 지금 수억이 왔다 갔다 하는데 지금 여기 일 바쁜 게 문제냐?
Wu's side would ask that, but then the other side is going to be like, where were you when this happened? And
증언만 해주면은
you're really
여기
putting
당장
yourself out on the
때려칠 수
line.
있을 만큼 내가
Oh, he's
boy.
gonna have to give everybody a cut.
가로 통상적으로 용인되는 여비나 초과하는 과도한 급부를 제공하기로 한 약정은 반사회적 법률 행위에 해당하여
That's right. Tell him,
무효입니다.
Wu.
변호사님. 우리 지금 사실 있는 그대로 말해달라는 건데.
안 됩니다. 민법 제103조.
내가 여기 너 당장 때려칠 수 있을 만큼은 아니더라도 내가 진짜 제대로 한턱 쏠게. 이 민법에 저촉되지 않는.
Totally within the bounds.
Totally.
왜요? 왜 그러세요?
The way they did the camera zooms.
I watch you.
I always watch you.
대진건설 아파트 하자 소송 말이야.
네네.
그 입주민 채권량도 저 얼마나 받았대요?
400세대 정도 받은 것 같아요.
아, 반도 안 되네.
Well, your hand? Trying to do the show.
What are you doing over there?
I just...
She's putting her hand up again. Does this mean these two are going to start getting distracted at work and not doing their jobs to the best of their abilities now?
Oh, God. Give it a rest.
Wu's got to be mission focused.
피고가 1등에 당첨되었을 때 원고 중에 한 명인 신일수 역시 자 그렇다면 이 둘 중 어떤 복권 당첨금을 나눠야 합니까? 이에 대해 구체적으로 정한 바 있습니까?
It's not looking good.
나누면 되는 거 아니야? 야 나누자. 자 5천 원. 3등분 하면 얼마냐? 얼마?
에? 아니요. 정확히는 1666.666666.
내가 낼게.
원고들 지금 뭐 하십니까? 자중하세요.
Gosh, what a different case that we've got this episode.
원고들이 주장하는 약정은 서면으로 작성되지도 않았고 법률 행위 내용에 대한 특정 또한 없으므로 무효입니다.
Valid.
그런데 지금 문제는 그 공동분배 약정이 정말로 있었느냐 없었느냐 하는 거 아닙니까?
저 한명길씨가 연락이 되지 않습니다. 불법 체류 중인 조선족이라 증인으로 나왔다가 추방될까봐 잠적한 것 같습니다.
Oh, that was the guy that was supposed to testify.
That was Ashtray.
Yep.
증인으로 신청했던 한병길 씨가 사정이 생겼다고 해서 다른 증인을 검토해야 할 것 같습니다. 새로운 증인을 다시 신청해도 되겠습니까?
I mean, he's working at an illegal gambling
on top
ring,
of
so
세 분의 약속을 들었을 만한 다른 사람은 없습니까?
없으면 하나 만들면 되는 거 아닙니까?
These two guys. We can bribe somebody.
가짜 증인을 매수해 위증을 시키겠다는 말씀입니까? 안 됩니다.
아 그럼 방법이 없는데 어떻게 해요?
다른 증인 꼭 찾아올 테니까 걱정하지 마십시오.
답답한 양반이네.
well, I think they're all going to say they're not at a illegal gambling place because then they could all get in trouble for that.
Oh, you gotta prepare your background.
They gotta look good.
Yep. Get the sleep out of your eyes.
여보세요?
여보세요.
변호사님 얼굴이 잘 안 보여요.
저는 이준호 씨의 얼굴이 잘 보입니다.
아직 사무실이죠. 힘들겠다 야근하느라.
그럼 이만 끊겠습니다.
클릭.
왜 전화했는데요?
이준호 씨를 보려고 전화했는데
아 그거면 됐다.
Achieved your goal.
뭐 하고 싶은 말 없어요? 일 얘기나 고래 얘기 말고 그냥 잡담 같은 거?
Wow.
Come on.
김밥과 참기름이
Ah, here we go.
경찰서에 잡혀갔습니다. 왜인 줄 아십니까?
참기름이 고소해서? 이런 농담도 재밌네요.
네.
이제 일하셔야 되죠. 전화 끊을까요?
그런데
왜?
이준호 씨는 고래도 아닌데 마치 고래처럼 제 머릿속에 불쑥불쑥
Your person at a wheel.
자꾸만 보고 싶다는 생각이 드는 인간은 처음이라서 너무 이상합니다.
Oh, well, isn't that sweet?
Leaves him hanging with that.
By the way, I love click.
범죄 행위인 도박 자금으로 구입한 로또 복권에 관한 분배 약정입니다. 이는 민법 제 103조
Oh.
금융기관이 유흥업소 종업원에게 대출을 해준 사건에서 그 대출 약정은 민법 제 103조에 위반되는 반사회 질서의 법률 행위라 보아 무효라고 판시한 사례가 있습니다. 유흥업 종사는 유흥업 종사고 대출 약정은 대출 약정이라고 주장할 겁니까?
성을 파는 행위를 한 자에게 가지는 채권은 그 계약의 형식이나 명목에 관계없이 이를 무효로 한다. 명백한 조항이 있으니까요. 이 사건 공동분배 약정과 나란히 놓고 비교.
Can't compare the two.
Oh, she's getting
Boom.
aggressive.
Yeah.
오늘 신청한 증인은 출석 확실합니까?
증인 최다혜 씨는 이미 이 법정에
그럼 증인 앞으로 나오세요.
Music.
양심에 따라 숨김과 됨이 없이 사실 그대로 말하.
What? Whose side is she on?
너 어디 가냐? 이렇게 물어봤습니다. 로또 사러 간다고요. 3번 테이블 심부름으로.
3번 테이블이란 피고와 원고들이 앉았던
Dun 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 dun.
네. 제가 웬 로또?
오케이.
그러니까 병길이가 웃으면서 셋 중 하나라도 당첨되면 당첨금 무조건 엠빵이래요. 이랬어요.
지도 않은 그런 얘기를 잿더리가 먼저 했다고?
Don't
제 과장님,
interrupt.
이거 싹 다 거짓말입니다. 이 여자 저 신일수 오늘부터가 그런
Oh.
뭐 그런 사이? 이 자식이가 지금 어디서 막말이야 이 새끼야. 너 증거 있어? 그렇고 그런 사이라는 거 증거 있어?
You jerk.
까져 이 새끼야 진짜. 마우스로 확.
I'll beat you with this mouse.
아니에요. 저랑 신일수 씨랑 꼭 그런 사이 아닙니다. 저는 그냥 병길이가 했던 얘기 그대로 말씀드리는 거예요.
The exact
원고대리인
words.
신문 계속하세요.
이 진짜 이만 열면.
Ooh.
다시 질문하겠습니다.
Oh, do you see that?
Oh. No.
Oh. And who knows?
Why would you have done that in court?
영호를 전담으로 봐줄 자폐 전문 의사나 상담사를
그런 의사나 상담사가 있으면 좋겠다고 생각했습니다. 제 마음을 저도 잘 모를 때
왜 지금까지 아빠한테 안 했어? 피곤할 텐데 올라가서 쉬어.
Interesting.
판결하겠습니다. 피고는 원고들에게 각 14억 342만 원씩
Oh.
소송 비용은 피고가 부담한다.
Oh, and the litigation costs paid by the defendant.
그렇다면 원고들의 청구는 이유가 있어.
고생했어.
이와 같이
그동안 나랑
재판장,
애들 그 살리느라고 진짜 고생 많았어.
Wow.
아이고 변호사님 감사합니다. 덕분에 우리가 이겼습니다.
네, 축하합니다.
아니 그리고
You bring her a gift?
한바다의 성공 보수를 지불하셨으니 저에게까지
도박은 도박이고 약정은 약정이라면서요. 성공 보수는 성공 보수. 제가 드리는 선물입니다. 아이고 그냥 약속해.
안 됩니다.
Oh no.
알았어. 꼭 받아주십시오. 우리 집사람이 만든 거. 우리 집사람이 분식집 한다는 거 말씀 안 드렸나요? 맛은 있을 겁니다.
네, 잘 먹겠습니다.
So we done here?
Anything else?
제가 뭐 하나 물어봐도 될까요? 만약에 로또에 당첨된 후에 이혼을 하게
Oh,
되면
no way.
구체적인 사안에 따라 다르겠지만 지금까지의 판례들에 따르면 대부분 그렇지
This
않습니다.
guy's gonna leave his wife?
로또 당첨금은 전적으로 당첨자의 행운에 의한 것이므로 재산 분할의 대상이 되지 않습니다.
그러니까 변호사님 말씀은 안 나눠도 된다는 말씀이신 거죠?
왜 그러십니까?
아니요. 누가 물어봐 달라고 했어요.
Someone wanted me to ask.
Certainly not me.
어떤 남성이 어떤 변호사한테 이혼 시 재산 분할에 대해 문의해 그 남성은 이혼을 염두에 둔 것일까?
다른 조짐은 없고?
손하트. 그 남성은 아내가 아닌 다른 여성에게 손으로 만든 하트를 보여줬어. 두 사람은
Oh, it's a heart. That's
로또
new.
사건 의뢰인 말하는 거야?
Interesting.
I thought he
와이프가
was going
없었던
like you're getting money, you're getting paid.
대답할 수 없어. 변호사의 비밀 유지 의무를 지켜야 하니까.
그럼 소금군과 후추향이라고 하지 마.
Mr. Salt, Mr.
소금군
Pepper.
너한테 간장 변호사한테
Attorney
soy
sauce.
예, 변호사의 비밀 유지 의무 때문에 이게 가상의 인물을 설정해 보자는 말씀 같아요. 소금군과 간장 변호사 뭐 이런 식으로요.
가상의 인물. 소금군이 물어봤어.
I mean,
이혼 시 재산 분할 청구의 대상이 되는지 물어봤어.
후추향은 이 사실을 모르고 소금군이 후추향한테 뭐라도 약속한 건 없어? 특유 재산을 취득하면 후추향에게도 나눠주겠다는 조건부 중에 의사표시를 했다든가 뭐 그런 증거 형태로 있으면 더 좋고.
did he?
후추양한테 물어봐야 돼.
이혼 사건도 결국 증거 확보가 관건이더라. 증거가 없으면 삿바 싸움밖에 안 돼. 감정에만 호소하는.
하지만 간장 변호사는 아무런 조언도 할 수 없어.
소금군이 의뢰인이었으니까 간장 변호사도 참 난처하겠다.
It's the happy house.
성은지 씨한테 귀뜸이라도 해줘야 한다 이겁니까? 모지식할 정도로 법 잘 지키던 우영우 변호사는 어디 갔습니까? 누구한테 하트를 날렸는지 우변한테 뭘 문의했는지 이런 게 다 의뢰인의 비밀 아닙니까? 입도 뻥끗할 생각하지 마요.
Making a peep.
특히 성은지 씨한테는 알겠어요?
We're not getting involved.
앞으로 지금 돈 들어갈 일만 나면 어린 자식이 둘이나 된다고.
Oh, this took a drastic change.
지금 집 한 칸, 우리 가게 자리 한 칸이 없어가지고 허구한 날 이사 다니는 거 그거 지겹지도 않아?
지겨워 당신 엎드리게.
Whoa.
지겹다 정말.
Thought this was going to be a fun episode. Now all of a sudden we just turned it up to 11.
No.
Yep, there's everything.
3억이 훌쩍 넘는 이런 차가 말이 됩니까? 비록 도박꾼이지만 나하고 애들한테는 다정하고 말예쁘게 하는 거 그거 하나 보고 이날까지 살아왔어요. 한순간에 어떻게 사람이 그렇게 다른 얼굴이 될까요?
Yeah, money does strange things to people sometimes.
얼마나 더 참고 기다려야지 신랑이 정신을 차릴까요?
한국의 고전 소설이죠. 모비딕에 등장하는 향고래. 우리 동해에서는 처음으로 이 향고래에
Oh, here we go. You know, the episode started out, he was carrying his wife up the steps.
후추양. 간장 변호사의 이야기를 아십니까?
아니요. 모릅니다.
Don't tell me.
I have no idea.
특유 재산을 취득했습니다.
특유 재산? 이게 뭐죠?
Peculiar.
가지고 있던 고유 재산 혹은 혼인 중 자기 명의로 취득한 재산을 말합니다. 특유 재산은 부부가 각자 관리 사용 수익하기에 이혼 시 재산 분할 청구의 대상에서 제외돼.
예를 들면 또 당첨금 같은 건가요?
네.
Excellent example.
이혼하면은 당첨금을 나눠야 하냐고 물어봤다니요. 신랑이 그럴 리가 없어요. 아까 그 차 사달라고 쪼르는 거 보셔가지고 오해하셨나 본데 재판 이겼던 날 우리 남편이요. 당첨금을 전부 다
Oh, he promised.
저하고 애들 이제 고생 끝났다고 우리 서로 부둥켜 안고 얼마나 울었는데요.
당첨금을 전부 다 후추양에게 주겠다고 눈물까지 흘리면서
Promised.
Yep.
Just like promised to split it evenly.
그 약속을 서면으로 작성했거나 녹음하진 않았습니까?
부부 사이에 누가 그런 말을 서면으로 작성하고 녹음을 해요.
소금군이 그러한 약속을 하는 걸 들은 증인이라도 찾아야 합니다. 소금군의 특유 재산을 분할받기 위해서는
Need a witness. Again.
Hypothetically speaking.
근데 수현 씨 저는 개인적으로 로또 같은 건 좀 관심은 없어요.
종건 씨 돈에 초연한 편인가?
아니 그렇다기보다는 제가 로또에 당첨이 됐거든요.
This guy.
수현 씨가 내 로또니까.
Oh.
아 종건 씨.
He was embarrassed.
판사, 회계사, 감정평가사 뭐예요?
아니 누구신데?
스테이크하우스 데리고 온 거 보니까 만난 지 2주쯤 됐겠다, 그쵸? 오늘 많이 먹어둬요. 이종건이 자기 돈 쓰는 건 오늘이 마지막일 거고 그 지갑을 잃어버렸다고 할 테니까.
Oh.
도대체 무슨 소리를
하는지 아직도 잘 모르겠어요? 사자 킬러라고. 여자들 마음 이용해 돈이나 뜯어내는 나쁜 새끼라고.
Takes their money.
이종건이 꽃다발 줬죠. 꽃말이 어쩌고 저쩌고 하면서. 그 아프지마 칵테일은 마셨나?
Oh. This guy's done this a time or two before.
너 아버지 수술비 마련한다며?
잠깐만요.
내 돈 내놔. 아버지 수술비 한다고 뜯어갔네. 어쩌고.
Whoa.
50 million.
This is my business
partner.
뭐 어쩌고 소리하고 자네지. 야.
Yeah, best to
Yeah.
get out of that scene.
술 주세요. 여기서 제일 비싼 걸로.
네? 술이요?
뒤에 잔뜩 있잖아요. 여기서 제일 비싼 걸로 주세요. 계산은 저 제가 할 테니까.
Oh.
여기 있어.
Walk it off.
제가 전화 드릴게요. 성명 드릴게요.
Watch out, she's on one.
She's on a mission.
대놓고 이혼해달라면서 저를 때리고 집안 물건도 다 때려 부시고 매일 가게로 찾아와서 장사도 못하게 방해해요. 그런 아빠 좀 말려보겠다고 우리 큰애가 달려들었는데 애한테까지 소찌검을 하고
Oh.
어차피 그 돈벌이도 그렇고 뭐 살림살이 애들 키우는 거 다 저 혼자 해왔던 일들이에요. 대신에 재산 분할은 제대로 받고 그것 때문에 변호사님들 다시 찾아온 거예요.
Oh, and his brother's bank account.
신일수 씨가 돌변하기 전에 성은지 씨한테 당첨금을 나눠주겠다는 약속을 한 적은 없습니까?
안 그래도 저번에 변호사님이 증거가 필요하다고 했잖아요.
네?
No, we didn't speak. That was Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper.
제 가게 손님 중에 변호사 분이 있어요.
간장 변호사.
Ernie soy sauce.
이번 소송은 저희가 맡기 어렵습니다. 이미 다른 사건에서 신일수 씨를 변호했었고 이번 사건 역시 그 사건과 무관.
Oh, yeah.
자세한 건 담당 변호사와 상의하는 게 좋겠습니다만 법리적으로 승소하실 가능성이 크지 않습니다. 위자료와 양육비를 최대한 많이 받을 수 있도록 노력하는 게 최선이지 않을까 싶습니다.
I'm waiting for the fan. Oh, here it is.
Nope.
No. Usually when she looks up a little.
That's when it happens normally.
Look at this guy.
너 변호사 만났구나. 이혼 도장도 안 찍고 버티더라.
저 사람 좀 피했으면 안 될까요? 또 이혼 도장 찍으라고 난동부리러 온 거예요.
저씨.
Are we gonna get a car chase? Oh!
Oh shit.
Whoa.
At least it hit the passenger side, right?
변호사님 괜찮으세요?
Yeah, but that still could do a lot of damage.
Well,
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, his head smashed out the window.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Oh
done.
yeah. So yeah, you say Lisa Patton while you still have all that force coming, and
Yeah.
변호사님. 죄송해요, 변호사님.
Wow.
오늘 성은지 씨가 저와 정명섭 변호사님을 찾아왔습니다.
신일수 씨 장례식 이후로 못 봤는데.
Yeah.
그래도 좋은 소식이 있었습니다. 성은지 씨와 그 자녀들이 상속받게 되었어요. 사망 당시 신일수 씨는 여전히 기혼 상태였으니까요.
oh wow.
거기에 신일수 씨가 생전에 가입했던 사망보험금 3억 원까지 추가로 받는다고 합니다. 합치면 14억 원.
14억이 참 먼 길을 돌아서 제 주인을 찾아갔네요.
저를 안아주셔서 고마웠습니다.
아니 괜찮아요. 네.
자폐인의 경우
감각 과부하 상태일 때 몸에 압력을 가해주면
he's been doing his homework.
불안함이 완화되죠.
맞습니다.
네, 프랑스에는요. 자폐인을 위한 포옹 의자가 있대요. 리모컨으로 압력의 강도도 조절할 수 있고요.
오, 그 의자 한국에서도
Well, buy pretty much anything.
꼭 사야 될까요?
네?
내가 대줄게요. 변호사님 전용 포옹 의자.
There we go.
Yep.
Don't hit teeth.
Yeah, you don't want to be knocking your pearly whites together.
Oh!
Oh, this is how Dad finds out. Well, that's how that stuff goes.
도대체 뭐예요? 꼭 그렇게 만나야만 한다는 이유가?
저 태산에서 태수미 변호사님 밑에서 일하고 싶습니다.
에이, 그런 건 인사팀의 문의예요.
Actually.
내년에 지원서 한번 내봐요. 내가 권민우 변호사 이름 특별히 기억해둘게.
한바다에서 일하고 있습니다. 우영우 변호사랑 같이요.
Oh, is he gonna try to threaten his way
Try
in?
to blackmail her?
주위에는 유학을 간다고 하셨지만 이에 대한 구체적인 기록은 아무것도 없고요. 태수미 변호사님이 휴학 중이셨던 96년도에 우영우 변호사가 태어났습니다. 다른 사람의 비밀을 알고 있는 것이 힘이자 위가 되는 곳에서 일하고 싶습니다. 필요하다면 정치도 할 줄 알고
Wow.
경쟁에서 승리하는 로펌에서
How to
일하고
take
싶습니다.
risks
제가 볼 때
and be
태산은 그런
political.
곳이지만 한바다 아닙니다. 착한 척 위선이나 떠는 선배 변호사 밑에서 저까지 나약해지고 싶지 않습니다.
He just threw it all out there.
Wow.
I
Well,
cannot
if this
believe-
was a much darker show, we'd find him in a ditch in the next episode.
다른 사람의 비밀을 아는 것만으로는 부족해요. 능력이 있어야지.
저 능력이 있습니다.
그럼 보여줘요. 우영우 변호사가 한바다 그만두게 만들 수 있겠어요?
What?
왜 그러시죠?
그것까진 알 거 없고 권민우 변호사가 이 일을 해내면 태산 변호사가
Oh
되는
my
거예요.
God, what a shady fucking deal. Unbelievable.
I thought Quan was the real villain this whole time.
Well, she wants to send her to Boston so that way
Yep.
it's out of her
Yep, she doesn't
anything
have to worry
politically.
about it.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Folks, we got thrown through the ringer in this episode.
Like the first half of this
Wow.
episode, you're thinking like, okay, this is going to be a fun kind of change from the last episode. That was serious. We're going to have a bunch of jokers worrying about their gambling money and how they're going to split it up. And we're going to have some laughs and we're going to have some fun. And then, I don't know, maybe a little bit more than halfway through the episode. Oh, by the way, just kidding. It's going to get really serious and
Yeah,
we're going
right
to pull
after
at your heartstrings. And we're even going to have a death on top of it. This was something else. I mean, and I know that obviously there's the whole other aspect we can talk about is, you know, Woo's relationship and all that stuff, but that seems like it's kind of going well. So I feel like there's not really a need to dive into that too much right away. But because the initial thing here, so we have this couple come in, answer, and everything's looking fine.
yeah,
He's carrying her in up the stairs, doesn't
Nice
even
guy,
want her
right?
feet to get cold. And a little bit of money, and all of a sudden, all that changes, and he's after, you know, the girl that does the coffee at the gambling shop, and it's just such a wild episode because I was kind of taking this in, you know, from Woo's point of view a little bit, and being an attorney, she's seen all these different people in the world and how everybody works. I mean, she's dealt with people before. I think it was in the highway case where they weren't exactly telling the truth.
Yeah.
Some people were bought off.
Yeah, a lot of people
So
were
she's
bought off.
kind of seen how they use the word flexible a lot in here. But I think so many of these cases that she's doing, it's just kind of like to expose her to like what the real world is, if that makes sense. Because I think Woo comes at things very idealistically and very much by the book and by the law, as we saw in this episode in particular. And now she's seen how all these different people interact. And it's like, it's got to be so confusing to her because one minute the husband's carrying his wife in up the steps, the next minute he wants to divorce her, and he's so mad about it, he pulls out into traffic and gets killed right in front of everybody, and has to see this whole thing go down. And even in the courtroom, Answer has the scene up here where they were in the courtroom, and he was giving signals to the girl from the coffee shop as to what to say and everything. And I'm with you. I thought it was a money thing because they had mentioned paying off witnesses early, so I thought it was that. But it's like, well, I guess she still kind of is getting paid off. Like, hey, come with me. I'll be your new boyfriend, and we can spend all this money I have together buying cars and everything. So just a wild episode, and I'm sure you folks watching it were like, oh, the guys think this one is going to be fun. Imagine the roller coaster they're going to be in for. So I hope all of you out there enjoyed it because you knew what was coming, and we certainly did.
Yeah, when it did this, like I was honestly, you're right. He didn't do any motion. He was just
doing this. I was like, what is that?
Because and you know what? But you're right. There's always the motion for whether it's the violin or money or whatever. Yeah. So that's why I naturally thought it was money.
Well, and they mentioned giving people money earlier in the episode.
Like early in the episode. And in this world where, Wu thinks everything is so black and white, this one was extremely gray for her. I love how they do explore it because she wants to do the right thing. She always does. So when she went to go see the wife that was carried up the stairs and everything like that, made sure that she talked the same way when they're talking with Si Yoon about, Mr. Salt, Ms. Pepper, and Attorney Soy Sauce. Yep. Like, it was great because it's like she can't directly talk to her, but she can at least give an idea of what is happening. And the tonal shift of the guy from being like, I'm a family man, I'm here for my family. He even in court where he's apologizing to her and telling her, you did all this for us, for so long. I'm so happy, this and that he then kicks her to the side, like right off the bat.
As soon as he got the money.
I couldn't believe that. And
it was such a twist that you didn't expect. Because again, you're expecting this to be kind of a fun comedic episode, a little bit different.
Because the way it started, out, and as soon as the court case, happened and it was over, it was all right. Now it's time for a tonal shift in this episode. I mean, we still had a little bit of fun here and there with Wu in the getting her gimbal and everything else, but it was such a tonal shift that he's ripping up the shop, throwing everything on the ground and basically making it perceive like she's the bad guy and for the divorce, and they put all the money in the brother's account,
so she couldn't get it,
so she couldn't even touch it. And it was because it started off as like, well, how can you win the money when there's only a verbal agreement? Yes, you can have that, but are there witnesses? So then it should be able to work as well when he's saying, I'm going to take care of you, share this money with you for everything you've done, but no witnesses. And you see that she's a good enough person that she's not going to drum up someone that, oh yeah, I heard the whole conversation of what they said, put me on the witness stand, whereas our scumbag, he had a witness.
Yeah, I mean, it was such an episode of like revealing who people really are. We saw who the husband really was. We saw who, when our spring sunshine was out on the date, we kind of found out the truth about that guy who's just, a scammer and knows how to say the right thing. So and again, Wu didn't witness this, but maybe she'll hear about it, at work or whatever when they talk. But it was such an episode of people not being who they pretend to be.
For me, with Suyin, it was like, is this too good to be true? Because we have seen as awkward as that date was, but she had been talking about how other dates haven't been going well. And even when they brought up you've been divorced, right? No, I've only been single. I don't even have the chance to get divorced. So right away when that woman sat down, I'm like, oh no, is that his wife?
That's what I thought too.
A girlfriend or whatever, but no, it's just
somebody else.
He does this to and you've heard about the news stories throughout it with guys and girls doing that, where they play them for a while and then it's, oh, lost my wallet. Oh, catch me next time. Yep. That's usually this guy. So
just to these guys, of course.
So
only to my friends.
When she sat down, I was like, oh boy, no, not. And so I'm glad that Siyun got the bottle on the way out.
Yeah.
And put it on that scumbag.
Yeah, look, this was a very, very interesting episode. As these guys had said, it started off with one sort of kind of lighthearted tone and then shifted pretty significantly. I found it, I was a little bit curious that just having a witness worked in court there, and I'd be curious to talk to an actual lawyer instead of a TV lawyer. Like, would that work? Because then one could say that look, if the defendant, the guy who won the ticket, he could be like, well, no, I have this other witness that heard me say, hey guys, we split up. Yeah, we bought the tickets. And because we saw each person got tickets, that's yours. It's yours if you win. This one's mine. So we split up the numbers. We didn't agree to, have everybody split it if one of the numbers wins. So you would think just having a third person, the big elephant in the room question would be like, how do we know they're not lying?
Yeah, well, I think that's the threat of committing perjury.
Right. But I mean, everybody could just get somebody on their side if that was the case. Hey, all you got to do is go into court and say this.
My friend Bill here said
otherwise.
He didn't hear anyone say anything about equal. He just said that if I win, I win.
Yeah, and of course, then you wonder why the flip side wouldn't hold true for if she's trying to get the money back or get the money that she's owed, but she didn't have a witness. And so
for me too, it was her morals are higher than that guy's were.
Clearly. But yeah, I think, look, a lot of this episode was about just, as you had said, who people act like they are, not who they always really are. And I think as Wu continues her journey as a lawyer and continues to, interact socially with different groups of people, she's going to realize that, as Answer said, you made it a pretty good thing. Everything's not black and white, right? And I think people who, people that are on the spectrum, they might have difficulties, sensing that. And so it's one of those things that you have to learn. I'm guessing it, maybe, exponentially more difficult for them to recognize than somebody who is not on the spectrum or has Asperger's or something like that. So that was a good story. I liked when they showed Junho, comforting Wu during the accident. It showed on his side that he was learning about, maybe the proper steps that he should take to help comfort her in situations like that. And in previous episodes, I've obviously shared my experiences with somebody that I'm close to, from what I have learned from him, there hasn't been somebody who's stepped up in that regard. So I've expressed my concerns about this relationship here, but obviously they're diving into it a little bit further, and we show that Junho isn't just somebody there like trying to wing it. He's actively trying to learn the things that he can do to help, and if they find themselves in certain situations, to be a source of comfort for her. So I thought that was really, really well done. But yeah, just another kind of episode that throws you for a loop, and you're not really sure what direction they're going to go. And I think,
speaking of that, how about the finish?
The final 5 minutes between Dad seeing the kiss and
the thing with
Min Woo coming in and shooting his shot.
Yeah, that thing. It was like, okay, we thought he was an asshole when he went and wrote the letter. And then you kind of thought for a minute, like, okay, you know what? We had the boss tell him, hey, this isn't how we do things around here. You're not going to get ahead by that. And then I thought he kind of, was turning a corner a little bit and kind of going back to being good. And then we see here, basically goes in and says, hey, look, I'm willing to do the sketchy shit that needs to be done. And
that's me going the extra mile for
almost like threatening the boss. Like, I'm going to come in kind of like, put some pressure on you in this weird regard. Like, it almost felt like he was blackmailing her.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. And then it seemed like he was taken aback by what she wanted him to do. which kind of put the villain role on her a little bit because he came in there thinking he was just going to blackmail his way into a job. Hey, I've got this information on you. I know you're running for political office.
Give me a job.
Be a shame if that got out. Give me a job. And she's like, oh, okay, you want to do that? Well, then get Wu fired. Show me you can do that.
Yeah,
and he was kind of like,
and I think that's going to be harder.
It was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's going to be harder because like she's got so many fans there at the law office, and now a boyfriend. Like who's gonna allow her to leave?
Yeah,
but it could be Dad's words because like we saw him looking at the Boston law firm again.
Yep.
Yeah, the fact that Dad was looking at that again, I found to be very interesting. And look, maybe it's Dad trying to protect her from Mom and things like that.
I also like how he asked her where he's like, do you feel I did enough? Do you think you need more
did you ever want like a therapist or something?
Yeah, so I do appreciate
opened
that.
up about that a little bit, but I just, the thing is that having her dad there, as long as he's, on this earth means that she's always going to have somebody to look out for in a different capacity than anybody else is going to. And the concern with having her go to Boston is, well, unless he moves with her, which, what's stopping him? I guess he's got his shop there. That's not to say he couldn't move to the States and maybe find a job. Or look, if she's working for this big law firm in Boston, she could probably afford to.
And he could finish his law degree too.
Yeah, and practice there. So, but yeah, it was super, super sketchy at the end there. And it just, again, the guy was sketchy before and then thought, okay, maybe he's turning the corner and he's going to be decent. And now just back to being fucking sketchy. And the whole, we want her to quit or resign or get fired. It's like, this is bullshit.
It was like we thought he was like the head villain, and now for me, it's like, oh, he just got bumped down by Mom here, what she's trying to do.
There's times too that you want to just give her the benefit of the doubt that maybe she turns a corner, but she's so wrapped up in her political career that she doesn't want any loose ends, so to speak. So she's willing to spend the money to send Wu to across the
world,
across the Pacific to America. I mean, to Boston on the Atlantic side, but you know what I mean. And just get rid of her, and so that way no one. Min Woo is able to figure out the daughter, and but it's an opposing law firm. She had I get it. You had it out of wedlock. You had it when you were younger.
Because that's what they asked her straight up.
Damaging to her
politically.
Career.
Yeah.
So it's like I was waiting for maybe too when they met. Would she connect with her daughter or something? But Woo Young Woo shut that down though right away because she's like, "Hey, you abandoned me and Dad."
Yeah, but you kind of I had this little bit of hope that Mom would try to do the honorable thing and try to mend things up with Dad and say, "Hey, look, when at the time this is the spot I was in. There's pressure from my family." And this and this and this, but now that I'm older, I realize this. And nope, she's just worried about
now that I'm older,
career.
my political career.
Need you to get out of here. And look, at the end of the day, if she gets what's worse, her being honest about as far as her campaign, it's a lot worse to lie about all this shit and then get found out than right in the beginning say, hey, this is what happened when I was younger. I was in love and this and this and this. And then now she's just flat out lying and doing sketchy shit. So it could very much come back.
She'd rather not have to explain her past self than what's going on.
Just bury it.
And she's getting more and more people involved who know, because it started off just being, Wu and Wu's dad. And now we've got somebody else who knows.
Well, we didn't know at first that Wu knew that drunken grandma said something years earlier, but I get what you're saying.
Even now with this guy, I mean, if something doesn't go good between him and Wu's mom, he can turn back around to Wu and say, hey, your mom wanted me to, I went in there to do a little recon, and your mom tried to get you fired.
Because for being a roommate, he sure doesn't know who his roommate is dating yet, and he's gonna really flip a wig when he finds out that he's dating Woo Young Woo. So
it's messy.
Another really good episode. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it as much as we are so far. Appleton Oak, Mason Quinn, I'm Course Answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.
Life insurance.
Senior manager?
김현정 차장님 들어오시랍니다.
요즘 우리 회사
네, 부장님. 미르생명이 독일계포 SCB-생명이 인수된다는 거
이 위에서 내려온 방침은 이렇습니다. 상대적 생활 안정자니까.
상대적 생활 안정자요?
이 외벌이 직원보다야 맞벌.
저랑 남편 월급을 다 합쳐도 임원분들 월급에도 못 미칠 텐데
남편 직원이 무급휴직의 대상자가 된다.
제가 그만두지 않으면 남편을 자르겠다는 건가요?
이 어느 쪽이 이익인지 어느 시부모가 좋아할까 이럴 때 하는 거죠.
Duty. Wow, that was an interesting conversation.
He delivers that news with a smile on his face too.
자 부장님 뭐래요?
Well, half of us are getting fired.
그게 왜요?
이지영 대리님 들어오시랍니다.
Well, you're about to find out.
Shit.
Remember, I was working at a place where they were going around bringing everybody into the office and giving them the news. It was like, by the time it got to me, you're like, oh, yeah, big surprise.
와이프 설득하라고 하지.
나 그만두게 하라고?
지금 회사가 원하는 게 그거니까.
Whoa.
괜찮아?
나 이
Clearly
회사
not.
진짜 치열하게 당신은 알지?
알지.
정민이 낳고도 남아있는 출산휴가 자진해서 회사 나왔던 사람이야 나.
Well, that's a company for you.
Yep, they don't care.
회사에 충성할 때는 언제고 이제 와서 갑자기 나더러 내가 회사를 계속 다니는 게 당신 앞길을 막는 거래.
Oh, the river dolphin.
Cat's a river dolphin. Dolphin.
네.
Hey, boss.
어쩐 일로 오셨습니까?
나 지금 박학수 변호사, 정명석 변호사도 시간 되면 같이 갈.
박학수 변호사님이 왜
얘기 못 들었구나. 장재진이 박변 찾아가서 난동 부렸잖아요.
현보건설 회장님 아들
며칠 전에 출소했어. 자기 아버지를 그렇게 잔인하게 박학수 변호사랑.
Oh.
장재진 걔는 뭐가 그렇게 불만일까?
Oh, no.
복하겠다고 칼까지 휘둘렀대요. 다른 가족들이 빨리 나타. 다행히 박변 많이 안 다쳤어.
장재진 잡혔습니까?
경찰이 수배 중이에요.
Wow.
안 그래도 보안팀에 당부했어요. 한바다 출입하는 사람들 더 철저하게 관리하라고. 보안 요원 숫자도 증원할 거니 걱정은 말고.
Oh, we're getting serious right off the rip here.
다녀오십시오.
No comedy in this episode.
Certainly not to start with. Now you got to be looking over your shoulder every minute.
Of course. Click a different floor.
박변 집에 찾아가서 보복하게까지 휘둘렀대요.
장재진
경찰이 수배 중이에요.
So is he going to be paranoid now every time he sees somebody? It's questionable.
정명석 변호사님.
예.
아니, 미르생명 인사부장. 기억하시죠?
예. 죄송합니다. 회의실로 가시죠.
사내 부부 직원 중 1인이 희망 남편 직원이 무급휴직에 이 방침이 왜 여성에게 남편 직원에게 불이익 오히려 남성 차별 아닙니까?
내 말이
Yeah, but it's still
변호사는 자꾸만
hurts the
여직원
family as a
차별이라고
whole.
몰아가는데 억울할 따름입니다.
문자 그대로만 해석하면 우리 사회에는 가부장적 부부 중 한 사람만 직장에 건 당연히 남편이 되어야 한다는 편견을 무시할 수 있을까요?
110 이상의 사내 부부 중 8명의 아내 직원들이 사직서를 냈네요.
98.
불이익을 주겠다고 했지만 결국 스스로 물러난 건 게다가 항의하기도 어려워요. 남편이 회사에 인질로 잡혀있는 셈이니까.
Yep.
아내 직원들 중 겨우 2명만 소송을 제기한 것.
이 모든 것들을 미리 다 고려해서 방침을 만드신 겁니까?
예? 아니 뭐
I don't know.
미르생명은 여러모로 가장 효율적인
맞아요. 맞습니다.
That's what I meant to say.
him.
김현정 씨, 이지영 씨죠? 이 두 분은 어떤 직원이었습니까?
딱히 문제 삼을 거는 김현정 차장 정도면 열심히 했다고도 볼 수 있죠.
But we can't have him. Can't have him.
회사 생활 적당히 잘하는 편이었고
전에 연차를 자주 썼네요.
병원 다니느라고 그랬다는 것 같은데
The doctor's appointments.
두 사람의 상황이나 약점을 알고 있다는 건 중요한 일이니까요.
그런데 그 상대 변호사 말인데요. 그 여자 잘 아세요?
개인적인 친분은 없습니다. 노동 관련된 사건.
이쪽 판에서
사회적으로 이슈가 되는 사건들을 많이 했어요.
Headlines.
하청 노동자 해고 사건이나
어?
방일그룹 여성 직원 조기 정년제 사증 산재 소송 같은 것들이요.
근데 계란으로 바이 방금 말씀드린 사건들도 전부 적.
오.
회사로 한번 찾아왔었었는데 이 여자가 뭐랄까 시끄럽다고 할까?
Outspoken.
아내들에게 힘은 교묘한 성차별적 악성어라.
But yeah, even if she loses, creates the news that people, hey, I don't want to associate with them anymore.
Yep.
오늘이 변론 준비 기일인데 시위도 한바탕 하고 시작하겠다는 거. 저런 변호사는 처음 봐요.
왠지 원고들과 옷 색깔도 막 머리띠까지 한 팀처럼요. 류명화 판사님입니까?
몰랐어요?
큰일입니다. 류재숙 아닙니까?
헐, 설마 풍산 유씨는 아니겠지?
Oh, related?
인정하라.
It's related to the judge.
Oh, this is a new style we haven't seen before.
No, no jury.
재판장님,
pre-trial.
방금 전까지 법원 앞에서 본 사건과 관련된 시위를 그 시위가 재판장님 본 재판의 공정성을
저와 원고들은 규탄하는 시위를 했을 뿐 본 재판에 영향을 미칠 의도는
Then what, all right?
미르 생명 앞에 가서도 할 겁니다.
It's on our
오늘은
list.
변론
Don't
준비
worry,
기일에
we'll be
참석해야
there.
해관 앞에서 한 거고요. 어디에서 시위를 하는지 과거 상의해야 합니까?
그럴 필요는 없지.
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
아, 저는 풍산류 씨입니다.
어이쿠, 나도 풍산유 씨입니다. 어떤 확률잘 쓰십니까?
제 아버지는 재판장님 왜 제가 아닌 아버지의 학렬자를 물어보십니까?
이 보통 이 딸 자식들은
딸은 출가 외인이라 풍산류 씨 가문의 대를 이을 수 없어서요. 저는 본 사건의 본질이
Oof.
And right away, she's going to use that as.
Turned it on him.
Yep.
나라의 법이 엄격하게 금지하고 있는 행위고 제가 여성이기 때문에 학렬자를 쓰지 않을 것 재판장님께서 과연
Biased as you are.
실 수 있을지 심히 우려됩니다.
뭐라고요?
제 이름 류재숙의 재는 단에는 학렬자입니다. 재판장님 성함에는 하실세손이신 것 같은.
예.
자면 제가 재판장님의 숙모뻘인
Be your
셈이네요.
aunt.
물론 저를 꼭 숙모라고 부르지는 않으셔도 됩니다.
They don't need to call me auntie.
Don't worry about it.
재판장님, 원고들과 원고 대리인이 벌인 시위에 대해서
문제 삼지 않겠습니다.
That's fine.
나의 직무상 독립에 영향을 미친다고 문제 삼지 않겠습니다.
류명하 재판장님.
This is full. They seem quite thrilled.
저는 맥락이라는 말이 실수 분위기만큼이나 어려워요. 공부할 땐 말 뒤에 숨겨진 맥락과 분위기를 지 않아도 되어서 좋았는데 그것만으로는 안 되는 자세한 사항은 말씀드릴 수 없. 중립적으로 보이는 방침조 가부장적 사회의 맥락.
혹시 사귀는 사람
갑자기 왜 그런 질문을 하십니까?
Well.
또한 제가 알지 못한
뭐 그런 거 없어. 사귀는 사람이 있냐고.
We're going steady.
아니요.
You're not.
아니,
Exhales and disbelief.
막 키스해? 야,
He's like out of breath.
아주 할리우드네. 아메리칸 스타일.
제가 키스한 건
아, 어떻게 알긴 이 녀석아. 아빠 불안 듯이 집 앞에서 사귀는 사람이 없어?
아직 그런 이야기를 사귀기 전에 해보면서 서로를 알아.
그럼 그 자식 아주 도둑놈이네.
wow.
하는 말도 없이 막 한번 데려와봐.
Who is he? Bring him home.
한번 봐야 되겠어. 어?
That bastard. Oh boy.
Guy's always eating on the run.
Somebody hiding in the building.
I was gonna say lock it up.
Yeah.
Big glass doors, though. How safe are they when the place is empty?
Yeah, but at least then you see him coming.
Look at that office.
A stun gun? Oh, forgot. And the change in the music. That's your fucked, all right?
What is he doing?
Playing out the possibilities. Whoa!
Whoa. Good question. So I thought you'll have to let us know on the laws. I thought civilians didn't have guns.
무급휴직의 대상자가 된다. 어떤 의도로 이런 방침을 만든 겁니까? 남편의 일자리를 뺏겠다고 여성 직원들의
저희 미르생명은 여성 직원들에게 더 유리한 방침을 세운 겁니다.
남편의 앞길을 막아서야 되겠느냐? 며느리는 출근하는데
Yeah, you did kind of say that.
Yep.
내조는 이럴 때 하는 거다. 남편이 실직하면 아내는 실직해도 남편의 인생을 구질구질하게 만들 거냐? 원고들에게 했던 말입니다.
Both
기억하십니까?
clients.
네.
오.
여성을 존중하는 회사라 여성 직원들에게 더 유리한 구조 조정 방침을 세웠다고 하지 않았습니까? 면담을 통해 여성 직원들이 희망퇴직을 하도록 적극적으로 설득했네요.
그냥 제 생각을 말한 겁니다. 이 회사 방침과 무관한
Personal opinion.
지금 같은 신문 방식은 하는 것이라서 대단히 부족. 원고 대리인이 선을 넘지 않도록.
문종철 씨는 미르생명의 근무 시간 중 회사를 대표 직원들에게 희망.
She does know the particulars.
말 같은 소리라고 봐야 합니까? 저는 그렇게 생각하지 않습니다. 류명하 재판장님.
Using the whole name again. Wouldn't want to upset your auntie.
문종철 씨는 미르생명을 대표해서 원고들을 면담했던 겁니다. 그 사실은 인정하시죠?
하지만
그렇게 기록하세요.
Well, he's going to see the influence she's having on the judge, right? And
남편의 일자리를 뺏겠다고 여성 직원들의 사직을 유도한다고 생각했습니까?
제가 그만뒀겠죠. 저희 부부는 남편이 희망. 저는 회사의 방침에서 역차별이라면 몰라도요.
문종철 씨가 증인에게도 아내가 남편의 아빠와 비슷한 이야기를 했습니까?
기억이 잘 나지 않습니다.
I don't recall.
희망퇴직을 신청하면 에 해당하는 퇴직금과
오,
계약직으로 일할 수 있는 기회를 주겠다는 내용이었습니다.
It's a contractor.
아니 계약직 전환을 무슨 혜택처럼 말씀하시네요? 구조조정을 핑계로 비정규직화하려는 속셈인 거.
이거는 성차별이다. 저거는 비정규직. 회사 그렇게 주체적이고 또 왜 이번에는 부장님 설다 그러시는지 모르겠어요. 구조조정의 M&A에 소송까지
Yeah, there's
거시고.
pluses and minuses of being a contractor.
많이 아프시죠? 얼마 전 대장암 수술을 했다고 들었습니다.
Oh.
남편이 회사를 그만둔 건 아닙니다. 남편이 아프지 않았어도 저희 부부는 지금처럼
남편의 수술을 앞 증인은 한 달간의 구조 조정을 해야 할 만 사정이 어려운 회사에서 증인이 이 자리에 나오신 이유가 그 혜택을 받은 것과 관련이 있습니까?
Well,
남편 수술은 잘 된 거야?
수술 잘 됐대요. 괜찮대요.
that's good.
진짜 너무 다행이에요. 마음 너무 무겁게 갖지 말고 남편 병간호에 집중해. 사람 생각 뭐 다 다른 거니. 내가 최대리 상황이었으면 나도 똑같이 증언했을 거야.
다음에.
에이, 한 마리 먹고 가라.
Hmm.
지금 딱 간식 시간이잖아.
죄송해요. 제가 정말 죄송해요.
왜 울고 그래요?
괜찮아.
These three aren't the bad guys here. The company is.
이게 다 뭐라고? 저기요.
Having to go through that and then get dragged through a court case.
저희들 거 사면서 같이 샀어요. 드시면서 하세요.
아, 예.
그럼 가볼게요.
Is it a tree? What was that on there?
상대편 변호사한테 참 여유 만만하네요.
이기고 있다고 생각하는 건가?
이기고 있는 거 맞지 뭐. 갑시다.
Oh, you got us these? Just.
아, 준호 씨. 원고들 뒷조사를 좀 해야 될 것 같아요. 원고들이 자발적으로 보여줄 만한 게 뭐가 없을까? 진심으로 그만두고 최소한 그 당시에는 희망퇴 증거 같은 거?
아, 네, 찾아보겠습니다.
Oh, there's the logo again.
택시. 저 택시에 광고를
택시요?
Ah.
택시의 외부 광고에 이지영 씨의 열쇠고리에 달려있던 것과 또 그게 뭔지 확인하고 싶어요.
그게 뭔지 우리가 왜 확인해야 될까?
그러게. 너 또 쓸데없는.
안전벨트 매셨죠?
Everyone's buckled.
Yes. Well, we didn't get that car chase scene last episode.
No.
We get it this one.
Yep. It's the Brian O'Connor School of Driving right there.
Oh, I'm waiting for him to do the drive and stare at his dipshit roommate Min Woo right there.
He's gonna rip the e-brake and spin it around. Okay, it's the woman's hospital.
희망여성병원.
There's our dolphins.
Well, that was a hell of a trick.
They like jumping.
Only seen whales, never seen a dolphin. I kind of want to see them in the wild and see.
Pretty cool.
우영우 변호사가
you
한바다
have what it
그만두게
takes?
만들 수 있게.
Yes, I do, Dark Lord.
그건 상관없어요.
Oh, what is
What's he
this?
spreading now? Legal consultation.
뭐예요?
일합니다.
What's it gonna be?
일하는구나. 나 좀 앉아도 되죠?
No, it is not.
아 나도 이거 하나 사야 되는데.
It's grabbing all my stuff.
대형 로펌에서 일하는 거 어때? 왜 대형 로펌에 있으면 정의롭지 못한 일도 해야 되고 약자들 괴롭히는 일도 해야 되고 뭐 그럴 때 강자들이니까. 미르 생명이 구조조정 그렇게 한 거 다
네?
우리요.
Oh,
한바다라고요.
is that even
작년에
true?
한바다가 미르 생명한테 다 나와 있더라고요. 공식적으로는 차별에 걸리지 않는다. 소액이라도 반드시 자발적인
I don't
퇴직이라고.
believe a word of this guy.
퇴직자들한테만 주는 혜택 이게 한바다가 미르 생명한테.
그럼 미르 생명은 아내 직원들을 잘라낼 생.
그렇죠. M&A를 핑계로 100명의 돈을 비정규직으로 돌려버려. 나중에 문제 생기지 않도록 보면 자문까지 받아가면서.
This guy's lying.
이걸 증명할 수만 있다면 승산이 있을 텐데 그 류재숙 변호사 TV 나온 거 보니까 그래가지고 어디 사건 조사나 제대로 하겠어요? 이 준호 같은 직원을 고용하고 싶어도 되겠어요? 안 되겠죠. 돈이 없으니까. 아 그만 꽁시렁대고 일이나 하고 알겠다. 이게 그 의견서인데
I just happen to have it with me.
If it's still warm, it's because I just printed it all out.
Yeah.
수신 미르 생명 주식회사 발신 제목 사례.
Don't read it out loud. We don't need anybody to hear you saying this fake thing I made.
그냥 혼자 조용히 읽어보세요.
This guy's so full of it.
네 보고 구조조정 방침을.
이게 뭡니까?
작년에 한바다가 미르 법률 자문 의견서입니다.
Well, we'll find out if it's legit, I guess.
형사 변호사님도 알고 있었으니까.
당연히 알고 있었죠. 이거 또 어떻게 찾아낸 겁니까?
그럼 한바다는 정말로 이게 도운 겁니까? 법에 저촉되지 않도록 하는 방법을.
아니 그렇게 표현할 일은 아니죠. 우리는 의뢰인이 자신의 목표를 법적으로 문제 없.
Wow, it is legit.
Oh,
희망여성병원 마크를 발견한 고래가 아깝습니다.
뭐 고래 뭐 펄쩍 뭐요?
The dolphin did what?
지영 씨의 난임 치료에 관해서라도 함구하는 것이요. 변호사로서 세상을 더
변호사가 세상을 더 누가 그럽니까? 변호사가 하는 일은 변호예요.
We protect
our clients.
최선을 다해 변호하는 게 우리 일이라고. 우리가 가진 법적 전문성은 세상을 더 낫게 만들려고 있는. 그리고 애당초 낫게 만드는 일입니까? 그게 뭔지는 판사.
사건을 옹호하고 사회 정의를 실현하면서.
그러니까.
Oh.
우리도 지금.
Whoa.
Oh, and he's stressed out from worrying when he's going to get taken out.
판단할 일이지 변호사인 우리가 판단할 일이 아니라고요.
화내는 겁니까?
아니 나 화 안 냈는데.
Sure looks like he's getting upset.
하나 올라간 데다 콧구멍이 벌름벌름 움직이는데도요. 사람이 화를 낼 땐 대표적인 특징들입니다.
She's been doing her homework as well.
유영호 변호사가 하면 내가 직접 합니다. 알겠어요?
Oh, and there's a big
와 돌고래다.
Like the hat.
내가 가자.
the music. Wee! Cover his face.
미르 생명 앞에서도 시위가 정작 저는 그 문제는 무서 또 다른 시위를 하고 잘하는 행동인지
You should get one of
모르겠습니다.
those hats.
Think so? For the dolphins?
I think you should wear it for the next time we record. Woo.
데이트 중이니까요.
That's
그럼
kind of your thing.
변호사로서는 대체 어떻게 정명섭 변호사님 말대로 판단은 판사에게 맡기고 집중해야 할까요?
제가 한바다에서 일하면서 한바다랑 태산만큼 공익사건 많이 하는 곳이 없을걸요?
어렵습니다. 이준호 씨의 말을 들으니까
변호사님이 어떤 결론을 내리든 전 응원할 거니까요.
There we go.
I was gonna say, is it time for him to meet Daddy Dearest?
Well, he did say it.
면 위증의 벌을 받기로 맹세합니다.
피고 대리인.
Well, let's see if she does what the boss wants.
원고는 미르 생명이 독일계 보험사인 언제 알았습니까?
작년쯤 알았습니다.
연차를 자주 썼습니다. 주 3회 조퇴하기도 했고 왜 그랬습니까?
병원에 다니느라 그랬는데
원고가 다닌 병원의 이름은 무엇입니까?
Oh.
희망 여성병원입니다.
난임 치료를 전문으로 하는
네.
I'm surprised the judge is allowing this.
시험관 아기 시술을 받기 조퇴를 자주 하고
네.
Is she gonna do it?
그렇다면 원고에게 희망퇴직 권유는 난임 치료에 집중할 수 있는 원고는 원래부터 임신할 계획이었으니까요.
그게 그거랑 무슨 상관인데요? 임신은 결국 실패했지만 회사는 계속 다닐 생각이었습니다.
I remember the other woman only took 2 weeks off of maternity leave.
Yep.
When they offered her even more.
근로기준법상 여성 근로자는 출산일을
coming in
전후하여
for the
90일간의 유급휴가를 받습니다. 지난 변론기일 때 원고 대리인은 증인 최현희 씨가 받은 한 달간의 유급 구조 조정을 해야 할 만큼 파격적인 혜택이라고 했습니다. 10일간의 출산 휴가도
이 있습니다. 아기 시술을 받은 건 희망퇴직 원고의 난임 치료와 희망퇴직.
So I was wondering if that's what they were gonna go with it. Saying it's not related.
이 상황인 회사에서 버티기보다는 이 기회에 퇴직금을 받고 사직해 본격적으로 임신을 준비하는 게 더 낫다고 판단했던 것 아닙니까?
Oh, this is gonna be all over the news with all those reporters in there.
저는 류재숙이에요. 이런 분은 나중에 어떤 변호사가 될까 궁금했는데 결국 한바다로 가셨네요.
There are hooks on you.
미르생명 같은 데나 변호하는 것보다는
편에 서는 것이 더 멋있느냐에 대한 가치 판단은 변호사가 할 일이 아닙니다.
그렇게 말해주고 손 꽉 잡아주는 것도 어느 의뢰인을 변호하는 것이 옳은지 스스로 판단해야 돼요. 자기 자신한테 거짓말할 수는 없잖아요.
Oh, this is like just what Sue Me wanted. Everything just happens to be working out, and look who's there.
어제 우변 류재숙 변호사랑 같이 있네요. 둘이 무슨 얘기를 저렇게 할까요?
Oh my
What are
God.
they discussing, I wonder?
As he's smirking, clearly, like, geez, guy.
He's
like,
cooking something up.
can't hide it worth a shit.
Is he gonna plant a business card?
뭐예요?
Oh, me?
Nothing. Yep, that's what he was gonna do.
영우는 아까 준호 씨랑 나갔어요.
우변이 준호랑 어딜 가요 이 시간에?
준호 씨랑 같이 산다면서.
Roommates. The answer's been calling that out for a while now.
우리 만나잖아요.
둘이 만나요?
Maybe it'll make you rethink everything you're doing, you
둘이 만나니까 만나지.
They just are.
기분 나빠.
Crappy instincts.
lost. Really? You're gonna do that? You're gonna do this to your buddy?
He's willing to do whatever it takes to win, answer. It's the kind of guy he is.
It's the kind of guy you like.
I know
He's
what
mission focused.
I know what kind of man you are.
It's all going to backfire for him, of course.
Clearly.
Come on, Soo-yeon, come back.
Oh, it's a sticker, not a business card.
You know,
Her business card in
Yep.
there, like,
security cameras everywhere in there.
This guy's trying to sabotage her.
Trying to see
You
if
think
Dad-
there would be-
trying to see if Dad's
왜요?
watching.
뭐 찾으세요?
아버지를
looking for
찾습니다. 저번에 아버지가 우리를 봤다고 해서요. 키스할 때요.
네?
What?
yeah?
이준호 씨를 데리고 오라고 했지만 이준호 씨를 데리고 가지 않을 겁니다. 우리는 아직 사귀는 게 아니니까요.
We're not?
Wait, we're not?
사귀는 게 아니에요?
그런 말을 한 적이 없지 않습니까?
Well, let's talk about it now. Communication, Quinn.
Communication.
사귀는 겁니까?
사귀는 게 아니면 제가 왜 쉬는 날에 돌고래 해방식을 하겠어요?
Dolphins on my weekend.
이준호 씨는 돌고래 해방에 동의하지
동의하죠. 동의하는데
Of course.
이 재밌는 일도 게 아니니까요.
재밌는 일이
It's not fun.
Oh,
아닙니까?
careful with your words. She might kick you to the curb.
그게 저한테는 좀 낯설어요.
Unusual.
보통 사람들은 데이트할 때 그런 거 잘 안 하잖아요. 한강변에서 조깅하면서 쓰레기 줍기 같은 거요.
That was on her list. Oh, nice work.
이준호 씨.
I've gone for walks on the river here and brought garbage bags and
That basket.
never a basket.
Yeah, but what?
In a light, it's daytime.
You don't know how long the day might last.
일반적인 데이트도 했습니다. 예를 들면 맛집 투어.
김밥 맛집 투어였잖아요. 그날 하루 종일 김밥만 먹었는데.
The entire day.
이준호 씨가 오락실에 가고 싶다고 해서 같이 갔습니다. 너무 시끄러웠지만 꼭 참았어요.
그치만 가서 3시간 동안 틀린 그림 찾기만 했잖아요.
Difference.
3 hours playing spot the
Oh, no,
difference.
she was just
She's
destroying you.
locked in.
Crushing
locked in.
everything.
And she's got her headphones on, so she's just. He gets an axe.
Got a whole crowd watching.
Yeah.
게다가 변호사님이 너무 잘해서 전 재미가 없었다고요.
Well, it start off as fun and amazement, but then you get bored.
그럼 왜 저와 데이트를 계속 합니까?
좋아하니까요. 근데도 우리가 아직도 이렇게 사귀는 게 아니에요? 섭섭하네요,
Just
정말.
you gotta roll it back here, dude. You gotta roll it back. These are the complications that come along with the circumstance.
No.
새로운 증거를 제출하셨죠?
어느 익명의 제보자가 저희 사무실로 보내왔습니다.
Oh, anonymous, huh?
With her business card in there.
Not so.
Look at
okay.
us. Sabotaging his own case. Look at this guy. It's the moment he's been waiting for. Nope.
That wasn't it.
Nope.
I'm wondering if she saw him and went back.
미르생명 인사부장 문종철 씨의 업무용 수첩 원본을 제시합니다. 철 상무는 문종철 씨에게 남편에게 불이익이 있음을 주지시켜 아내 직원의 희망퇴직을 유도하라고 명백하게 지시했습니다.
Seriously, she's good.
Really did that?
본인 수첩 맞아요?
제가 쓴 게 맞긴 맞습니다. 하지만
재판장님, 문종철 씨는 개인의 수첩이 증거로 사용되는 것에 동의한 적이 없. 위법하게 수집된 증거입니다.
Illegally obtained.
형사소송법 제300
Help me out
me
here.
out.
Yeah.
형사소송법 제308조의 2. 적법한 절차에 따르지 아니하고 수집한 증거는 증거로 할 수 없다.
Rejected.
예, 방금 들으신
That one.
법조항에 따라 문종철 씨의 수첩은 증거 능력이 없습니다. 증거에서 배제해 주십시오.
You can reject him, but you already see him.
Yep.
형사소송법입니다. 이 재판은 민사소송이고요.
하지만 그것은
Oh,
형사소송법입니다. 이
however.
재판은 민사소송이고요.
Oh, shh.
류명헌 재판장님의 현명한 판단을 기대합니다.
Oh, looking for your wise judgment. Your
Yeah,
wise
man.
judgment.
Yeah,
I'm
looking
sure
at-
you'll
looking
make
at
the
my-
right decision
My
here.
name tag, just in case you forgot.
She's like,
위법하게 수집한 증거라고 해도 그 절차 위반의 정도가 이 증거 채택을 거부할 정도
Not significant enough.
증거 능력을 인정합니다.
oh. See, Quinn, he didn't even write that on a computer for it to get taken out. He wrote it down by hand and still gets used against him.
Yep. He needs to have a lock on his desk. Oh, who we giving the thumbs up to? Who did the dirty work? Who's getting the signal? Oh, there she is in the
She
back.
flipped.
Yep.
She's look at this gold mine.
Yep. It's all right there. And just another instance of Wu seeing people do things that are questionable.
미르생명 본사협회에서 열렸습니다. 이 집회에는 미르생명에서 해고된 아내 직원들은 물론 여성단체 및
Yep.
노동
Making the news.
판결하겠습니다.
All right, here comes the
All
verdict.
right. What have we?
주문 원고들의 청구를 모두 기각한다. 소송 비용은 원고들의 부담으로 한다.
Oh, be paid by the
Oh.
plaintiffs?
피고가 부부 직원들에게 수차례 희망퇴직을 종용하며 직원 중 한쪽을 그 대상자로 정하는 것은 사회 경제적 관점에서 용인되며
Reasonable.
헌법이나 근로기준법 등이 정하는 양성평등에 반해 여성을 차별하는 것이라고 볼 수 없다.
Well, because they wrote the HR thing for him.
Yep, they wrote it a certain way.
Yep.
And I think he's...
Yeah, they wrote that thing to be ironclad.
아까부터 표정이 안 좋으신데 괜찮으신 겁니까? 판결도 잘 나왔는데요.
저한테 좋은 일인가요? 회사만 신났지.
I'm not the company.
사실은 저 곧 해고될 것 같습니다.
Oh.
모르셨어요?
몰랐습니다.
난 또 이번에도 한바다에서 자문해줬나 했네요.
Oh, if they helped on it.
명목상으로는 이번 구조조정 잘 못 해내서 자른다 그거예요. 뉴스 보도까지. 일이 커지긴 커졌으니까요. 그냥 처음부터 이럴 생각이었던 것 같아.
All planned out. Probably was.
SB 생명이 원하는 사람을 내 자리에 앉히고 싶은 거지.
Yep, somebody they could probably pay less.
Yeah.
나만 만장하길 바라면 되나요? 다 제 업부죠.
Oof. I mean, at the end of the day, I understand his guilt, but he didn't make the call to do it. He was ordered to do it, you know.
It still sucks.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Yep.
판결과 상관없이 우리는 이번 소송을 어쨌든 재판까지 가보니 속이 다 후련하다.
Oh, their spirits are pretty high, all
Yeah.
things considered.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the publicity for it and make people know and aware.
That's the thing is she's lost all of her cases, but
Okay, so they're going to appeal.
but it still spreads the word, gets it out to the public. People may not like that, and so hey, that company, we're not going to use that company anymore. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen.
너 혹시 그런 쪽에 관심 있는 거야? 유재숙 변호사처럼 인권이나 여성, 노동 쪽 사건들 많이 하는?
모르겠어. 유재숙 변호사는 양쯔강 돌고래 같아.
The river
양쯔강
dolphin.
돌고래?
It's been way too long.
돌고래에 대해서 설명해도 될까?
Wanna know why?
된다고 해도 될까? 제발.
She can't hold back.
돌고래는 주로 바다에 살지만 아무래도 적응해 사는 개체군이 있는데 대표적인 것이 바로 양쯔강 돌고래야. 유재숙 변호사는 한바다에선 만나볼 수 없는 종류의 변호사잖아.
She would never adapt.
멸종되지는 않았으면 좋겠어.
Nice.
There it is. She wouldn't adapt.
Yep.
But she doesn't go extinct.
Yep.
Different breed.
Oh, some
going into
corner
her
hole in the wall. This is not a bad office. I mean, it's not as like
It doesn't have 17 stories.
Yes. Well, they only got the one story, but I get what you're saying. But it's not like some scummy ambulance chaser.
She can straighten them all out.
또 그냥 냅두기가 쉽지 않아.
Make sure you do it right.
Yeah.
이런 응원을 받는 기분은 어떨까? 심지어 재판에 졌는데도.
Good point. People still behind her.
우리 옥상에 있었어? 같이 올라가요. 먼저 올라가실래요? 나 우영우 변호사한테 뭐 줄 게 있어서.
Is it going to be that packet?
Yeah, maybe. Saying, hey, somebody tried to set you up.
이거
is.
돌려주려고.
이게 왜 유재숙 변호사님한테 있습니까?
우영우 변호사가 나한테 보낸 거 아니에요?
아닙니다.
안에 명함이 들어있었어요. 꼭
Who
우영우
could it
변호사가
have been?
나한테 몰래 보낸 것처럼 한바다도 뭔가 내부 사정이 복잡하네.
Yep.
이 의견서를 갖고 있었는데도 증거로 쓰지 않은 겁니까?
내가 그거 쓰면 우영우 변호사가 난처해질 거 아니에요. 다른 쪽으로 증거 구할 길이 없는 것도 아니고.
She didn't have to use it. Another law firm would have.
Like
Integrity.
someone that's willing to go the extra mile to screw someone over. Yeah, we're looking at you, Min-woo.
비빔밥 만들고 있었어요. 변호사님이 기른 옥상 채소가 엄청 싱싱해.
어째 농사를 본업보다 더 잘하는 것 같아.
비빔밥 말고 김밥은 없습니까? 비빔밥은 재료를 한눈에 볼 수 없어 예상하지 못한 식감이나 맛에 깜짝 놀랐어요.
되지 못하였네. 생각하면 삶이란 나를 산산이 으깨는 일, 그 길을 만들 줄도 몰랐었네, 나는.
Last episode, they had a real nice car getting in an accident, so that's where the budget went last episode.
Yeah,
this
little-
one, it went to the dolphin.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Let's see. Is he going to be safe? Oh, here's the guy again.
Boy. This guy again.
A little warm for gloves, isn't it?
Oh, boy.
I don't think he's there to fix the elevator. Well,
the other guy doesn't sound like he's chasing him, though. He's doing the old Jason Voorhees walk like he's going to catch him like that.
배수장님, 엘베에서 잘못 내려가지고요. 십자랑 일자들을 뭐 다 챙겼어요.
There's the tool belt. Yep.
아이씨.
정명석 변호사,
Oh, they got him.
창원까지 도망가서 숨어 있는 걸 경찰이 검거했다니까.
Yeah,
이제
wrong
걱정
guy.
말고.
Oh, don't be blood.
What the fuck?
아이 뭐야?
Just so much stress lately.
I hope that's all it is.
Maybe stomach ulcers or something from stress.
I mean, long sleepless nights, not having a good, healthy.
Yeah, he's been working nonstop. He's always eating on the run.
Well, yeah, just go to the doctor the next day.
Find out what happens to him in the
there
next
you go.
episode. Let's hope he goes to the doctor and gets that taken care of, because they very purposely in, not only this episode, but the last few have shown him working incredibly hard. He's always eating on the run. Like in every scene, he's wolfing something down because he's got to be somewhere. I mean, all the attorneys are working long hours. They've shown that, but with him especially, and of course with the stress of thinking somebody's literally coming to get you, that's going to play a part of it. But yeah, case of, mistaken identity, just the maintenance guy. But again, how many times have we been in an office, the maintenance guy, now granted, he has a tool belt, not a toolbox.
I love that they showed it as he's going up the steps.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't notice that either of the times in the elevator?
Yeah, but again, no vest. I mean, the vest is usually the giveaway. It's usually a bright orange vest.
He's got a mask.
He didn't have a ladder.
They very
no
purposefully
ladder.
didn't show his belt.
Yeah, he's
earlier.
in all black with gloves. I mean,
although standing right behind him in the elevator, you would have been able to clearly see the belt.
Unless he didn't have it that time because he wasn't going to work on something. Who knows?
I mean, but right now he's got what has he got? He's got a
bunch of zip ties, an adjustable wrench.
He's got a wrench, some zip ties, maybe a pliers in there with the yellow handle.
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, I had a feeling that that's the way it was going to go, because it just seemed like that would be kind of a whole weird another layer to add of somebody's out to get them essentially and take them out, and that'd be a whole new story you'd have to kind of seek out. So I'm glad that was kind of taken care of essentially off screen. They dealt with it. But I mean, it does bring up a real thing that I think, some attorneys have to worry about, whether, they're maybe representing somebody or they fail to do the job to get that person, away from having to serve time in jail, whatever it might be. Or the flip side, if you do manage to find a loophole to find somebody innocent and maybe they actually did do it, then you have the other members coming back looking for revenge. That's a possibility too, because they showed us, that not all the time, it's not about, from an attorney standpoint, you're not there to judge right or wrong. You're there to represent your client. And they made that very clear, certainly in the last couple of episodes, that's the lawyer's job, is to provide a service to a client. They're not there to determine, well, did you do it or not? Well, then that's not their job to determine whether or not they can represent you because you may or may not have done it. So again, a little bit of the blowback on here, and some of the fears that he had certainly justified.
Well,
an interesting twist that they threw in here.
And we've seen how hard he does work, but then like the fact that he's had sleepless nights in his office, or I went home and grabbed a couple hours, but then getting the fast food and just continuously working hard, and then having that on your head. Yeah, I'm hoping that's all it was for him coughing up blood. He just worked himself into a tizzy,
stomach ulcer,
and
whatever.
Next episode, if we even need to touch on it, just that he goes to the doctor, or maybe this plays into the long-term storytelling of what's happening at the law firm. Maybe he decides, hey, I do need to step away or something.
Yeah, I mean, because he had the collapsible baton, a stun gun, and a pistol. Which, I mean, we questioned, okay, is that a real pistol or just a decorative?
To me,
one?
it's like, I don't know what the laws and stuff are in South Korea as far as for having a handgun. Because I know we watched a lot of some of the K-dramas that we have already watched, like very few firearms, and when they do, even for the cops, they have to like sign them out.
Yeah, a lot of folks in the comments. It's very hard to to acquire.
That's why you laugh when you say, is that a lighter? But at the same time, it's like, it might actually only be a lighter, and it could be used for, and he may just have it just for intimidation too. It's like someone could be like, there's no way you'd have it, but am I willing to take that risk after the stun gun and baton?
Yes. I mean, so I'm glad that part of the story at least seems kind of resolved, because to have, the potential of this guy walking around in the background, possibly going after our attorneys. I'm glad that's
just try to keep an eye out for him every time.
But again, another episode where I think Woo just sees more of what people are like. And I don't want to say she had a sheltered life prior to becoming an attorney, but her dad kind of did keep her away from certain things, and she's certainly not going out and meeting people and seeing how they interact. So this has just been such a crash course, especially, again, the last few episodes for Woo, to see, what people are like. Not everything is black and white. We brought that up before. And just that there's certain ways that, people move and function within society that aren't always obvious. And speaking of obvious, it even goes back to when they were outside her house and like, are we together? Are we not? We did all these things, and kind of the communication issues that can happen when somebody who's on the spectrum is dating, and the way they perceive things can be different than what somebody else might. So I'm glad that they tackled that, and again, it's just more learning for Woo as she goes along.
Yeah, that's like, I know we had this long discussion of a few episodes ago about it. So I'm glad that they are really still like hammering home, like, this relationship and how it's gonna be kind of a roller coaster ride for both of them, because like he's gonna be thinking one thing and it's not gonna be perceived the same in her in her thoughts. So I like that they're gonna explore this a little more, because it's gonna be a learning curve for both of them for what is a relationship going to look like. And and that's always been, and that's just in like a relationship you might have as well, like how many dates until you're in a relationship.
Make it Facebook official.
What are we? And that was exactly what are we? The Facebook official. Like that used to be a joke, but it's like nowadays that is like not taken as gospel, but that is a good wavelength. If you're willing to put it out there and share in the world that, we're dating, then that goes a long way with one or both of them in the relationship. So I like that they're tackling this, because this can be a sticky situation for both of them.
The conversation that Woo had with her dad was a lot of fun too. When he was drilling her for information.
Bastard. That was a lot of fun. But look, the fact that they touched on, what are we is not an uncommon discussion that couples have, regardless of anybody's cognitive abilities. Especially after a few like dates, like, okay, are we serious? Like, what are we
casual
going on? Yeah. And if you rewind back into the 80s, a lot of times you see will you be my girlfriend? And of course, now that's kind of reserved for people who
want to go steady.
People who are younger. Yeah, I'm going to ask her to be my girlfriend.
I'm going to give her you probably gave her your Letterman jacket. That's how
you just slide a note across the table. Yes or no.
I never had
maybe
Letterman's jacket, but it's whether they
give her your ring.
We'll let them wear your pendant with your football number on it. That's how you know it's.
Or wear your away jersey when you have a home game.
Somebody's walking around with the number 50 around their neck. You know it's serious.
She still has it. She's going to put it on eBay.
I never got it back.
Elton Oaks 50 pendant.
Somewhere out
only
there.
worn twice. It's probably at the bottom of the Fox River.
I know who I gave it to. I should reach out and see if she still has it. I highly doubt it. Yeah. But look, in any regard, it just brought up some of the challenges that their relationship is going to have, and the interesting thing is that Junho has been so delicate. This is the first time we've really seen him be like, "Hey, my feelings are hurt."
Yeah.
Which I thought he would kind of step back and be like, I'll be a little bit more understanding. that these are the activities that they're doing together, and maybe she doesn't know that means that whatever the next step is. These are date ideas that she found out. So I found it interesting that he got upset, but I think it's just because he cares about her as much as he does. He wants he wants her to feel the same way. But I think as Answer kind of used the term black and white last episode. I think that's really what she needs, is him to say, okay, we are boyfriend and girlfriend. We are now dating, because of the fact that, look, after there's a lot of people that go on a lot of dates and are still, they don't know what they are. You bring up Facebook official. Look, there's the Instagram official is basically the first time you share a picture on your Instagram with somebody.
Tag them.
Oh, your IG official. And they got tagged, right? But in any regard, so that was fun. Look, the whole, I think it was a really good episode as far as the legal side of it. Of course,
it was an interesting case they had.
Yeah, showing and look, the discrimination in the workplace is something that I can't speak with any sort of real in-depth knowledge. I think it happens worldwide. It's not it's certainly not something just here in the United States. It's a global thing. But I think the biggest thing here with this particular episode, to kind of go off of what you were saying, is she's starting to learn that life as an attorney isn't always about just doing what's right. You're paid to defend a client.
Yep.
And that's what's happening here. This client hired us to argue their side of the case, and that's what you're being paid to do, whether you agree with necessarily all of it or not. Now, I'm sure a lot of attorneys are, whether they're injury attorneys or defense attorneys or whatever their job they like, I'm sure they would rather take cases where they felt like they're doing the right thing and
can really get behind it.
They can really get behind it. But at the end of the day, somebody's paying you to do a job. I'm sure there's a lot of defense attorneys that are very proud of the work that they've done. I'm sure there's defense attorneys that struggle internally with defending somebody that maybe they don't fully believe is innocent, or but I think that's kind of been the theme for the last few episodes, is that as an attorney, not every case you take is going to be something that you're necessarily in agreement with from your own moral standpoint. And, somebody who is not on the spectrum might look at it and see it one way, and she's going to see it another way. And we see that she is starting to really have those internal struggles. Not like, hey, I'm confused because I thought this was this. We're like, oh, this is part of my job.
We saw that in the court case when she was having trouble, questioning the woman for using the IVF and how that related to her job and the time off, et cetera. But she didn't want to go that route. I did like how Ryu didn't take the envelope that she was given and didn't use it, because and now I'm hoping that Wu kind of understands what happened there, that integrity, somebody is there. Well, the integrity of her not to do it, but somebody at Hanbada is like actively trying to get her in trouble and trying to set her up. So we didn't get a whole lot of follow-up on that after, she got the envelope, but I'm just hoping that she either brings it to somebody or somebody she can trust to talk about. Junho, I would think, would be a good place to start.
Well, that would be one, or
otherwise that somebody's out there trying to get her.
Otherwise, Soo-yeon will get it, and then she'll obviously then get her claws into Min-woo. She'll know exactly that it was Min-woo.
He was right outside the office.
He was right outside the office acting sneaky and everything else.
Well, everybody knows he's the guy who sent out the anonymous message. So if anybody is trying to sabotage her, I think the entire office is going to immediately point at him. So.
And it's different now because he sent out information that was detrimental to their case.
Yeah.
So he
was going against their whole law firm, not just
going against Hanbada. So I mean, how is that going to reflect on him when he eventually gets found out?
And then even when he found out about the relationship, he still went through with it. Like I don't know if he'll make the reaction up, but I'm sitting here like, okay, is that going to be maybe your wake up call? Don't freaking do this. Or are you that freaking bloodthirsty that you're willing to throw away a friendship? Because if that gets back, they're done. And we saw what he did to his friends in the bar already when they were questioning his intentions with Young-woo. So what's going to happen when this happens?
When he finds out what he's been up to.
Yeah. So so is Gung Woo then just gonna Gung Ho just gonna take out Ming Woo because I'm waiting for him to turn this corner to stop.
Gung Woo, he'd be done for.
Yes. I'm just waiting for him to turn this corner, and it seems like he just does not want to turn the corner.
I think it's gonna take something bad happening to him to realize, hey, I'm doing the wrong thing. Me trying to stop Woo from her goals of being an attorney, being successful. Like, okay, let's say she gets fired tomorrow. How does that help him? It's not like she's in a position that he wants.
Because then he gets to go to the other law firm.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, from sabotaging her here before he went and tried to blackmail her, how does her success have anything to do with him? They're not related. Like, you're not poor because somebody else is rich.
Because he's still upset that he thinks she's a Nepo baby that got everything handed to her, even though she was number one in her class. Right. They got like a 98 percentile. I mean, you have Soo Yun telling you all the time, like, hey, she's amazing. It's just because the other thing I was like, when Rhea was telling her how good of an attorney she is, I was like, I almost wanted to be like, yeah, but were you offering her a job?
Yeah.
But she's a small law firm, and it looks like it's just her and maybe one.
Yeah, they made it very clear with her office.
So
it's a smaller operation.
It's kind of a catch-22 that, like, maybe Young Woo would be better suited for that stuff, which, she can ask herself that, but she needed the experience, and one of the ways to get the experience was working at the law firm.
And I like the end scene where she invited her up to the roof and stuff like that, because that also showed the contrast. You have, Min Woo, they work together. They're working on cases together, and he just thinks it's every man for himself. And they just got done on the opposite side of a case, and like, hey, come up and have dinner with us, and she's like, hey, aren't you gonna file the appeal? Like, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to it. Like, we're doing our jobs, but we can get along. We can have mutual respect, of course. They're out there trying to fight for women's rights and stuff like that. So when you see another woman in a field maybe that's male dominated, there's that kind of, I think, natural instinct that they have to support each other. But again, it just shows the dynamics of I think people who are out there trying to do their best and realizing that other people can do their best as well. And it's not, hey, look, I'm not taking food off of my plate. We're all just trying to do better versus, Min Woo, who's just like, get this me attitude.
And he's so, and I think he's so obsessed with it. It's like he's at the point now where, it's like a gambler who can't stop gambling and throwing, good money after bad. He's so far in deep now. I don't know if it's his ego or whatever, but now he can't stop.
I think it's partially his ego, but now it's like, well, after you tried blackmailing, the last episode to sue me, like you're in it now. You can't really just be like, I don't really care. I'm fine with staying here, or at least just give me a job or something. But
well, and from a legal standpoint, so now he's guilty of blackmail and, the planting of the evidence, or the way that he handled the documents, misrepresenting, whatever the term would be, with putting Woo's business card in there. So this guy's already breaking the law. Like, how much more is he?
And with there being such a big law firm, there's cameras in there. So they had to have seen him do something shady, obviously. So
they can go back, but is she gonna go back and start investigating?
That's the thing. That's why I think if Soo Yun,
I think that's
Spring Sunshine, if she finds
I think that would be the person.
Or obviously the well, we don't know what we are, but our relationship,
or something.
We'll find out, because maybe he'll meet Dad and he'll be called a bastard to his face. I don't know, but I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it as much as we are. So for Appleton, Oak, Mason, Quinn, I'm Course Answer. Catch you on the next one, pals.